Okay, welcome to our today's class. I warmly welcome to everyone who is online and also people who will watch it offline as well. So this is a brand new series I started, and I thought that I should work on this because it's a ongoing issue for many people all across the world in all countries and cities about the body weight management, and uh, uh, and more importantly, people are very confused, and sometimes they are not able to. Actually, it's most of the time they are not able to lose their body weight, and there are so many remedies, treatment, precautions, guideline available not only internet but in the cultural context also they are available. But instead of we should all live fit and slim and active life, energetic life to fulfilling our life purpose and the goals of our life. We are stuck. We are feeling fatigue or in suffering when we feel obesity, you know. So I thought I should discuss something and read something important um, so that we can move our life to some meaningful and bring the transformation in our physical body. So this is a man which is a great and mystic and a medical doctor as well, and author of amazing lot of books. So his book Healing and the Recovery, in which he discuss about losing the weight in a very great way, in a spiritual way, in an intellectual way, in a scientific way, in a medical way, as because he was a medical doctor. So I thought we can learn from what he found, what he wrote in the book. And that's a quite a big chapter on this losing the weight. You can buy this book as well, but if you cannot read this book separately, don't worry. Um, you join this class every day, every second day, um, and we will read the entire chapter, yeah, every paragraph in detail, so that we can give the quality time. And after a reading of this chapter from the book, we will be able to manage our body weight very well. Okay, hassle free, suffering free. Okay, and that's the whole agenda of this class and podcast today. So it's very practical, it's easygoing, it's a joyful, and it is free from suffering. I hope my you can hear me. Anyone is if you can chat, text me, reply me that you can hear me. That will be great. Okay, so I warmly welcome to my online lifelong study circle, where we create our new chunks in our life by fulfilling the gaps which remained unfulfilled, which our parents, our teachers, our society, they did not teach us, and we need desperately to learn them to apply uh, in our life, in spiritual context, in intellectual context, in terms of achieving the success in our life. So and I often write on a lot of things. I present a lot of things on different issues, like such as developmental psychology, philosophy, spirituality, awareness, relationship, family, money, skills, entrepreneurship, leadership. So it's a vast subject I bring to you all the time from last 2 years since I started this online class. So, and weight loss is basically is a continuity for assisting yourself in healing the weight loss, because weight loss is more than a disease now. Weight loss is a biggest challenge on this planet. People are obese, people are too much fat, and people lifestyles are ridiculous. I mean, people and they have a very bad self-image about themselves. So in this class, we will try to learn what basically is how we can lose the weight effortlessly. Yeah. So the Dr. David Hawken, who is the author of this book, he say, yes, it's just within an hour or so attention over a day or two while doing regular activities, one can achieve long-lasting benefit. And this method has worked for everyone who tried, including myself. So these methods of weight loss is basically um, already tested and well successfully implemented in personal life of Dr. David Hawkins. So that is amazing news. Okay, so don't and he lost 50 pound weight in a very quick way, effortlessly. Okay, so that's we are going to learn. That's we are going to know. So we have to give a quality time. Okay, he it is in we are not reading the book now, but very highlighted thing. I am going to give you a just a bird's eye view, just what is in the book so that you know that. So he also writes in the book that why our diet usually fail even we have a very good grocery and the supermarkets are full of quality foods. So the diet, I mean, he says diets often bring guilt and recrimination and only work temporarily. The people who have a diet plan, they do not change the way we relate to our body and eating habits. Okay, so obviously it is self-explanatory that people do not change the way how their body and eating habits are growing with each other. Okay, so instead of changing our habits, we change our diet, and that does not work. Okay, or it works temporarily. This is a problem with dieting. Okay, uh, has anyone from you tried to, uh, using any dieting method when you were trying to lose your weight? I did actually, like 10 years ago when I was going to slim, quite a lot slim, and I was running. I started running first time in my life. Then I think I only used to eat uh, a fish, okay, um, a grilled fish. That's it, and nothing I do. I used to eat. I remember, or maybe a cup of tea. So I used to, but it worked. It worked for a few years. If but because it did not change the habit of my the way I was eating. That's why I started to put the weight. Yeah. So diet that is a problem with dieting. So what he says, he say um, that. the shift in consciousness during eating can make weight loss permanently. Okay. Traditional methods like willpower and dieting often fail. And that is very, very full of suffering, you know. So uh, I know the willpower and dieting but this is a path of suffering. You have to, for example, if you love donut or if you love a burger or if you love a chicken of certain grill format or you love chocolate or ice cream and you are not eating it, so it means you are suffering. Okay, you are controlling on diet, but Dr. David Hawkins is saying this is a very traditional method and often fail, and it does fail. I mean, it does fail. Okay, um, until he say there is need, a great need to change in consciousness. Okay, your consciousness, which is usually unconscious. Okay, but we have to be well aware about this. And this chapter is about, this whole reading is about. So there are some simple concepts in this chapter. He said, using techniques based on consciousness can help us imagine and energize our slim self, allowing it materialize. It it's about coming from love and the heart, not from the stomach. And that is another transformational concept that we think that if we eat less, okay, which is a function of the stomach, um, then it will impact on my body weight. But actually, David Hawkins is saying consciousness techniques, okay, to imagining yourself as a slim, okay, uh, that is much more powerful. And that originate from love and your emotional intelligence. And you need to be a packet of love. You need to be a bundle of heartiest person, okay? Then you will eventually lead towards a slim, beautiful body driven and smart person, not based on stomach, but based on your love and sensitivity or insensitivity or the balance of these emotional intelligence generating from the heart. So these are the main things which will help in this. Also, he says there are many traditional belief systems, such as the traditional belief, medical thinking focus on calories counting and exercise, right? And that is we are doing every day, every month. However, real change comes from addressing consciousness and belief about the weight. Okay, and that is again transformational. Okay, I know a lot of people. Excuse me. A lot of people are um, obsessed um, with calories intake, or they are the gym people. They always go gym. Okay, they, I mean, they schedule. They make them some discipline, and they suffer as well. They sacrifice a lot of things for not taking calories, not counting calories, and doing exercises. And that's good. That's good. But Dr. David Hawkins is saying the real change comes from the consciousness. And more importantly, what do you think about your body weight? This is also a matter of belief system about your weight. Okay, so that is very important, and that we will read in this chapter. Okay, the book. Let me remind you, if you join me here, this book, The Healing and the Recovery. And I'm talking about one of the great chapter he wrote on losing the weight. So that is all these points which we are discussing here. We will read it in detail from the chapter. Okay. Also he does refer in this chapter that what is the relationship between body and mind. Okay, extremely important. Okay, sorry. Actually, it's 7 a.m. in the morning here, so I'm just a little bit yawning as well. I didn't go outside for running, which I will go after finishing this class. Okay, so let's come back to our introduction of this. So our thoughts and belief about weight influence our body more than calories. That is very, very important. The mindset that ups, Appestat, which controls our feeling of satiety and weight. That is mind blowing. So this is again reconstructing the belief system about body weight and which is more influential than the calories which we think in this modern age. So this mindset we are going to change in this, okay, and that we will do. Also, he's saying we need some techniques as well. So what does this technique refer? By using consciousness technique, we can let go of weight problems. It involves imagining our desired body and letting the mind manifest it. Okay. So it's more mental and imagination process we will be doing, and how this is a technique, and that we will try to learn from this paragraph as well. Um, Handling the hunger sensations, that is more important, because the weight loss has this activity a lot when anybody is trying to lose the weight, uh, that he has or she has to feel hunger. So he said, instead of labeling sensation as hunger, experience them directly and let go of resistance. This reduces the sensation quickly. Okay, so here is a big, what we call it, tip or technique Dr. David Hawkins is teaching us about. We don't need to label sensation as a hunger, like, oh, I'm hungry. Like when I say I'm hungry, it means my mind is uh, feeling or seeing as that uh, I mean, I'm hungry and I need to eat, but I'm not eating because I need to lose my weight, and that sacrifice I do. He said, don't do this, don't label it, okay? And you can experience them directly and let go of resistance. So he says we have to let go this resistance, okay, without labeling. Labeling is a big problem. So this reduces the sensation quickly. So this is another technique we will read in detail. Um, and Dr. David Hawken is saying very, very interesting thing. He says, eat when not hungry. He said, avoiding eat when hungry. Okay. When you are hungry, don't eat. Instead, anticipate hunger and eat before it sets into the break of the cycle of the conditioned hunger. So this is totally, absolutely mind-boggling. So people usually not eat when they hunger, and they do it because they are on diet. But he says instead you need to eat before you feel hungry. before you are going to in a victim of cycle of conditioning of being hunger. So this is amazing thing. We will learn about this thing as well. Um, then he says about the appestate. He said appestate in the brain controls satiety. Okay. Resetting it by using consciousness technique can help maintain desired weight. So this is something we need to do in our brain with some technique. Brain controls satiety. Okay. So, so I mean, for example, which I can make you little understand that if you lose, let's say, 5 kg weight by dieting plan, and after that, what you will feel eventually? You feel some satisfaction in your brain, right? But what about if that same satisfaction you still can feel without losing this 5 kg weight? Then what's up? How does it sound? You basically you are going to experience that satiety uh, experience, a pleasant experience. Okay. So you need to reset your brain through consciousness technique to um, uh, to feel that you are happier than before, and that is adjusting the happy state. Okay. So let's say what further he say. He say we need to address our emotional pattern as well, like negative emotions and beliefs about weight needs to be addressed. Yeah, like I said earlier, moving up the scale of the consciousness from guilt to willingness, and love brings positive change. So this is very important again because Dr. David Hawken mostly teaching is based on the map of consciousness. Okay, and he says moving up from the scale of consciousness, that is a map of consciousness which he has designed, and it's my one of the greatest learning I have done from anywhere. So he said, from guilt to willingness and love bring positive change. So let me show you what where is this. Here is go. So if you see here, let me see. So this is a map of consciousness. Okay. So if you see here, that is designed by Dr. David Hawken. So he say if we go from mostly people living on the level of consciousness on a bottom, they are in shame, guilt, okay, apathy, grief. He say when you move from bottom to higher level of consciousness, which is a willingness, okay, which generates the optimism, which gives you the hope and inspiration to go further. That is, we need to change, and then the weight loss is more more happened and more in a good way, you know. So that is so this map of consciousness we need to understand. And if you see here, when people have a higher conscious level, so after willingness, uh, they accept the reality as it is and letting go, believe on letting go. That person will is a packet of love and believe on love and use love as a tool of his or her defense, and enjoy exactly like when you enjoy in addiction, when you know, when you use drug, when you experience sexual activity, when you experience many other things, but these are the other way they are addictive or addiction it comes from. But the same experience of joyness you can also experience without using these addictive things, addictive substances. and you can enjoy this through path of consciousness. Okay, so joy, peace, enlightenment. So this is the beautiful way. So when we are going to lose the weight, body weight, so we are lie somewhere on the bottom here. Okay, and we need to change our consciousness state so that um, we can shift our consciousness, and hence everything will shift. Okay, so he's saying here some of the tips as well, like he said, avoid sugar on the empty stomach. This is important. High protein diets can help. Okay, this is also some of the great tips. Use the power of imaging and love to reinforce the desired object. So, um, yeah, so for example, if you want to make your body some like your actor or actresses or any celebrity, so just you can imagine that you are becoming this, and you can put that image not only in your mind but also in your bedroom or the workstation. So this is also a quick tip. So always avoid sugar with empty stomach. That is very, very important. And use high protein diets. Okay. And at the end, Dr. David Hawkins is saying, you need to embrace the process, but you are. The process is simple and effective. It requires willingness rather than willpower, and brings long-term happiness and self-love. So this is we are going to be happen, and we are going to read from next class uh, from this book. Okay, I will bring the paragraph from this book in the slide form, and we will try to read in detail. I think there are 33 pages of this book. Yeah, 33 pages. So every one class we will read 2, 3 pages, and then we will discuss about, and then we will implement in our life as well. So always remember, this is the class of losing weight is not about a quick fix, a quick weight loss, or I'm going to give you a magic pill. No, it will be a class where you will transform your mental attitude and paradigms, and you will bring the change on your consciousness about losing the weight with addition of change of diet, exercise, and stuff as well. Okay, or meditation. Um, but this is the main challenge, how we can lose our weight without any suffering. Okay, and it will be enjoyable. Weight loss never been joyful like before, but we need patience, consistency, and wait for this class. Okay, this is more important. Wait for this class, because every day, every next day, when you will be reading this with me, this will give you a self-discipline, a focused worry about why we are reading, and then more important, how we can implement this thing into our life for a better. Okay, so are you ready? So if you can comment that, are you ready? And do you find it interesting? And from tomorrow, we will be starting to read these 33 pages on weight loss from the book. Yeah, I'm excited. And are you excited? Just comment below. And yeah, do you have any question? Saida, you can hear me? So that's it. So This is the online lifelong study circle where I bring a lot of influential content for you from different books, and this time from this healing and recovery book. Okay, my mostly content are related with developmental psychology, personal development, applied philosophy, science, spirituality, and enlightenment, sociology, business, happiness, and from this. So that's it. So thank you for joining me, and you can share this. You can spread this word to your friend and family. More people will join this Zoom class, or 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 watch me on Facebook Live on my page. Uh, then more exciting and learning we will do, because a lot of people will ask a question or they want to share something, and uh, we will more engage with more people. That is also a reality. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next class on weight loss, or losing the weight effortlessly without any suffering. And more importantly, can losing the weight be so joyful? Yes, it is. Okay, bye.